Before continuing any further, let's see how far we are at this point with sauna. Now the framing has been done, insulation has been done, and as an insulation we have used this kind of polyurethane 50mm thick insulation boards. This has aluminium foiling on both sides. This is waterproof, mold-proof, so very suitable for wet environment and very common to use in saunas in Finland. On the floor we have 15mm thick marine grade waterproof plywood, and also here on the seating area. Additionally, we have raised as a base in walls. We have used 6mm plywood, also marine grade waterproof, and we have used this construction glue, waterproof and very flexible glue, to seal the joints and corners of this plywood. This is because this is bolts and this is swinging from one side to another, and since we are using water here, it can be that all the water all of a sudden goes to one side, and it can be quite much water there. So to avoid it going into the wall and into the structures, we have used this kind of a basin. So no matter in which position the boat is, where the water is, always there's a basin walls. There on the seating area we have around 140mm, and here we have around 300mm or 30 centimeters. Additionally, we will have a proper waterproofing, floor well drainage also here, but this is just to make sure that always whatever water we use here, it stays in the sauna, gets properly into the drainage so that it doesn't get into the structures. The seating has been done in a way that we have used the other side of the seating for interior space. Let's see that later when we get inside. But this has two benefits. Obviously we get more room inside of the boat. We don't kind of waste it here for the seating. And the second reason is that we need less energy to heat up the sauna, since we have less cubic meters, because now the insulation is just behind the seating frame. Now we have completed trimming for sauna. We have installed trimming in a way that there is 6 mm spacers between the wall and the trim, and that allows free air movement. Now the walls are kind of floating and the air gets vertically and horizontally freely all around it, and that prevents any moisture or mold problem later when the TNG wooden wall can get dry and its air moves freely behind and in front of it. Also later we will install small ventilation opening, but that's after the TNG wall is done. Now the next step would be to waterproof the floor, to have a primer and waterproofing for it. However, it's a bit too cold. It's around 3 or 4 degrees Celsius at the moment, but it must be at least 10 degrees Celsius before we can start to do that. So now we have to put sauna project on hold for a while and we do something else inside. Now we are changing some of the control cables as the helm move a bit forward. This gearbox cable and throttle cable, they are too short. We were able to reuse this gearbox cable. We installed it back to the throttle and that's long enough. But for this gearbox we had to order a new cable, about 7 meter long cable, so that we will install next. This diesel engine has a mechanical shut-off and it's operated by cable, and the cable comes to the side of the diesel pump. Another end of the cable was installed in a way that it just came out from the floor at the helm, and there's this metallic lever, and by pulling it with hand the engine would shut off. Now we will replace this hand-operated cable system with this kind of electrical relay, shut-off relay. So the idea is that there will be a push button at the helm. It will energize this relay and this relay will pull the shut-off valve. So we install this next.